my God, I am so sorry for keeping you both waiting. I trust today is going great. Um, Before we start, would anyone like tea, coffee? You know, all right, I'm just gonna sit down over here. My name is Madam Layo. Welcome to Do or Die Marriage Counseling Safe Space. I am your court-ordained marriage counselor. The session we're about to have today is going to either interfere or determine your marriage, divorce process. All right, so before we begin, I would like us to have a quick introduction.
I am Chidi Okafor.
I am Tolani Awe.
Oh, but that's not the name I see here. I see Tolani Okafor.
Well, if you see our names, then what's with the unnecessary question?
Now, the both of you, listen to me. I know that the court sent you here to me specifically because you both were not cooperating with the lenient counselor. Madam, you better tone that attitude down. You want a divorce. And the only way you can get it is if you respect yourself. Got me acting, out of character here. All right. Mr. Okafor, can you quickly brief me how you met your wife?
I met her on the street.
Iya Eloma Pade Lono.
But that's where we met,
Madam Layo. He came to meet me while I was having my early morning run.
which was happening on the street.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, please. And going forward, I don't want two of you to be speaking to each other. We just started this session and people are already getting me worked up. Mr. Chidi, I know it's hard, but I want you to say this story like, in a very romantic and loving manner. Just try. Please. Oh yeah, how did you meet your wife?
Well, back then, I usually ran on Saturdays. And on one of those Saturdays, June 16th, 2023, I met her.
Okay, so what was going through your mind when you saw her?
At that time, I was like, look at this fine girl, and I would love to know her more.
Mr. Okafor, when you met your lovely husband, what was your first impression about him?
Nothing. I was like, this guy wants my number and I gave it to him.
Mrs. Okafor, are you sure? You know honesty will actually go a very long way here. Eh?
Yes, I'm sure. That is all.
Okay. Mr. Okafor, so when you, I want to know what made you to continue or what encouraged you to pursue your wife more at that time?
Back then.
Exactly.
Madam, like, why are we going back to the past? We just want a divorce.
Unfortunately,
Madam, this conversation isn't helping.
as I was saying, unfortunately, the court does not think that you both should get a divorce, and that's why we're made to make this marriage work. And until I see genuine effort from both of you, and the marriage does not still work, then I will send a letter of approval to the court. But until then, we are making this marriage work.
Wait. This is your stone. Two people decided to marry. Why can't they decide to unmarry too?
Oh, so you mean you chose to marry this man by your own free will?
Yes.
Nobody forced you?
No.
So you actually loved and married this person you're seeing here?
Well, back then.
Exactly. That's what I want us. Let's go back to the past. Let's go back to the good old times. I know it's hard. Oh yeah, Mr. Chidi, I know that for one to add something to themselves, in this case, your wife, you must have been feeling some void or space that you were trying to fill, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the time, I was searching for a life partner, and I found her.
Interesting. So how did she make you feel at that point?
Loved. appreciated,
Mm-hmm.
happy,
Hmm.
enough.
And Mrs. Okafor, how did your husband make you feel?
I don't want to cry.
This is the safe space.
I don't want to cry.
But why?
I don't want him to see me cry. Because I feel like he's going to think that he's winning, and that's not the case. I'm just very emotional.
Tolani, I'm not trying to win anything here. There's no prize for me in seeing you cry. Rather, it hurts me.
He made me feel loved, happy, and enough.
And it does not make you feel that way anymore.
No, he does not. Now he doesn't make time for me. Wants to imprison me. Doesn't even find me attractive anymore. And it goes on.
Oh my goodness, Tolani, you know this isn't true.
Mr. Okafor, can you listen to your wife? Please listen.
Thank you, Mom. He always does this. Anytime that I'm relaying my concerns to him, he just deems it that I'm complaining. And he walks out. For goodness sake, how can I be telling you that I'm hurting and you are getting angry because I'm letting you know that I'm hurt? I'm not a robot.
It's not like that's my intention. Madam, I work 6 days a week, 6 to 6. I mean, when I'm home, I just need some peace and quiet so that I can be well rested for the next day of work.
So me telling you about my concerns is not a good enough thing. Things that you caused.
You know, you're very selfish.
Me, I am selfish.
Yes, you are.
Madam Liar, there. We tried, okay? There is no point arguing with an ungrateful, insensitive, and bitter man. Like, there is no point trying to settle with someone that cannot see nor accept his wrongs. It's just like talking to a wall.
Tolani, ungrateful for what? What have you done for me?
Exactly. An ingrate can never see the good that people who love him do for him.
Tolani.
Okay, no, let me cut you guys there. That's enough. And going forward, I don't want any name calling here again. Okay. Mr. Okafor, since you are the one that started, why are you calling your wife selfish?
Because she is.
How? I don't understand. Give me context. I don't understand what you mean.
Madam, she doesn't. Better still, she has refused to understand me. I'm an operational manager at a bank, and my work is so demanding. I barely get to sleep, rest, Mondays to Saturdays. And when I'm home, I just want a cold shower, eat, sleep, so that I have enough strength for the next day. It's a cycle. You know this. You know I need rest. You know I need to sleep. Yet you nag, complain, and give me gist about your friends, which, by the way, I've asked her to stop seeing them.
It's okay.
Because they influence her badly.
It's okay, please. I've told you that people should not talk before I say people should talk. And when you say nagging, what do you mean by that?
I mean, say more things. I don't love her. I don't have her time. You know, just several things, complaining and nagging about things that she knows are not true.
Well, do you love your wife?
Of course I do. Or did. You know, I work so hard to make her comfortable. Yet she keeps complaining. What do you want from me?
Is that why she's complaining? Because of your time at work?
Exactly.
So you work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
So when you're back from work from 6 p.m., what's your routine like?
Well, shower, eat, pray. Then I try to make small talk with her, which she always turns into an argument, which I'm very tired of.
What of Sundays?
Well, we go to church. rest, and again, try to make small talk if she's in a good mood. So, you know,
All right. Mrs. Okafor, why do you call your husband an ingrate and an insensitive man?
Despite the many businesses that he claims to have, I am always there for him. I wake up every day 4:30 a.m. to prepare him for work. I iron his clothes, prepare a hot bath, and make him breakfast, which, by the way, he doesn't even eat. Yet I do all these things because I love him. And when he comes back home in the evening, I do it all over again, morning and night. Yes, I know that my job is not as demanding as his, but I still make time.
Oh, wait, what do you do?
I'm a hybrid digital marketer. As I was saying, I know that I don't work as hard as him, but I still make time for him because he is my husband. I can decide not to take care of him and the house and make excuses like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't make breakfast today. I was slept late and woke up by 2 a.m. or some other flimsy excuse. I can do that, but I don't. I show up. And when I tell this ungrateful man just how I feel as his wife, he shows this very insensitive nature and tells me that I don't understand him or that I'm overreacting. Chidi, you know that my love language is quality time, yet you deprive me of it. I know that yours is acts of service, and that's why I work tirelessly to chip in things and do things for you.
either way, you're still my wife, okay? You're not doing anything different from other wives. So what's special?
And I am the selfish one.
Tolani, what do you want from me? Should I quit my job? Okay? And become jobless, then we become broke. At the end of it all, I'll be called a lazy and broke man who can't take care of his wife.
I have a job as well, and I make you my priority. Clearly, I am not your priority. That's why you see me as something you can attend to at your less busy time.
See, I'm tired of this same old nagging, okay? Please stop it. Let it rest.
Ma'am, please forget the spite between us. I genuinely believe this cannot work.
All right. So how was your courting life, like before you guys got married?
Madam, is this necessary? Fine. Then I was a junior staff, so my work wasn't as demanding. I worked 5 days a week.
Okay, so were you guys living together? She comes on weekends or
She usually comes on weekdays, and we catch up during the weekend.
so it's just one extra day of work that have changed so far?
Yes.
And Mrs. Okafor, this one extra day of work is a stretch for you, right?
Not really. When he would come back from work before we got married, we would spend time together, talk, laugh, go out. But now he comes home and we don't even talk.
Tolani, it's not talking you want from me. You're yelling and complaining.
Before I yell, I would calmly communicate my concerns to you. And then you would dismiss me like it's not important. So how else would you have me react, Chidi?
Tolani, the things you're complaining about, I cannot change, and you know that. Okay? So that's why I disregard your complaining and nagging.
I am not saying that you should quit your job. I am saying don't be too tired for me.
Babe, I'm human. Okay? Lagos traffic, waking up early, working 6 days a week. Come on.
Chidi, what do you want me to do? I mean, I can't continue like this. We barely even have sex.
You have to bring that up in front of a stranger.
See, she is the marriage counselor and we have a sex problem. Look, I know you don't like sex, okay? But I do.
Mr. Okafor, I know that you don't want to talk about this, but this is clearly an issue in your marriage.
Madam, I like sex. I just don't have enough time for it. I need to save my energy for work.
Hey, normal marriage, now man go dey disturb woman. Inside my own, now me go do woman work, cause you do man work. Do you know that we have been married for 6 months? And in this 6 months, we haven't had sex up to 15.
Tolani.
Last 2 months, we only had sex twice. As newlyweds, can you imagine that? And the month before that, it was more like half because he started and couldn't finish because he claimed to be too tired.
That's enough.
Let me now bust your brain. Before we got married, we never had sex because of our beliefs in Christianity, which I am perfectly fine with. But I don't get time nor sex from my man. What does a woman enjoy in marriage? If I was all about the money, I would probably be one rich Alaji's 7th wife by now, enjoying real money.
Oh, so I don't make enough money for you now.
Please don't even change the topic.
That's fine. Try working 6 times a week and also engage in vigorous marathon.
So now, I'm a rigorous man. So now sex with me is an exercise.
Why are you crying? Am I the one discussing private issues in the public?
Wait, Chidi, if you were not attracted to me in the first place, then why did you approach me? I don't understand. Sometimes I have to put in extra work in the bedroom. I wear very sexy and very expensive Victoria's Secret lingerie, and this man isn't even turned on one bit. And then I suggest, okay, let me be on top, and it's not even hard.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I'm no longer attracted to you.
Coming from a man that gets jealous when other men compliment me? Boy, please. I'm a hot spick. And what's the point of having a big penis if you can't even use it?
That's it. I'm done. Madam.
It's like you don't know where you are. What's the name of this place? It's called Do or Die Marriage Counseling Safe Space. So either you do or you go the other route.
Madam, I can't sit here and watch her humiliate me.
It's not careful. She's not humiliating you. She's just simply expressing her concerns. You're already proving the point that she made that you don't listen to her and she's your wife. And woman, you self, try to reduce your tone. You're too harsh. This is your husband, for Christ's sake.
Babe, I'm sorry, okay? It's just really eating me up. I want you, and I want you to want me. I need you to tell me genuinely, do you not enjoy sex with me? Talk to me now.
All right, let's settle down, please. Mr. Okafor, there are so many men out there that have slight sexual challenge, and there are so many medicated pills to fix this issue. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Everything is fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, but clearly there is. There are many ways that men like to relax, and sex is one of those ways. And especially for you that used to work every day, you need those kind of things. And come on, how can you start something and you can't finish it? It shows that you clearly need help. My own concern is that 2 of you are married, and not even one of you can call the other person and say, babe, let's talk about this. And you cannot tell your wife, baby, I'm struggling with this thing. You cannot tell that your husband is struggling with something. Eh?
He's someone that doesn't like to engage in conversation. I have tried my God-given best here.
Must he talk? Can't you tell?
Hello, I am not a mind reader.
I can see that you guys love each other very much, but you lack intimacy. You lack understanding. Mr. Achidi, do you understand your wife's concerns with your time and sex availability?
Or does she understand mine?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. And you don't also understand her own. Understanding is simply putting yourself in each other's shoes, trying to see their own perspective, trying to understand where they are coming from. Please, let's just do a quick exercise. I want you guys to hold each other's hands and look into each other's eyes. Oh, yeah. Please hold your hands. Mr. Okafo, I want you to think about the good reasons why your wife craves so much time and attention from you. And Mrs. Okafo, please think about the good reasons why your husband is working so hard for the family.
Tolani, I love you. I understand why you're frustrated about me not giving you enough attention and spending time with you. It's just that I'm so busy, I don't see it most times. And I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for calling you selfish. I know you want to spend more time with me.
But why didn't you just tell me? You know all my insecurities, so why don't you open up to me about yours?
I was just so embarrassed.
Babe, I'm your wife. The one person you tell embarrassing things to. Your pain is my pain. I love you.
I love you too. And to be honest, I'm not so busy actually. I just use that as an excuse whenever I see that you're in the mood. I tried seeing a doctor, but it just didn't work. I was too embarrassed.
That's because you've been going without me when we are supposed to be going together. I'm sorry I've been so selfish, and I didn't realize that you needed attention in that area. Instead, I've been thinking that you don't love me anymore.
Come on. Babe, I love you. You know that, right?
Thank God, there's actually some progress here. So before we move forward, I want us to make some promises to each other, things that we're going to change from now henceforth.
Okay, so I promise to be more patient, more observant, and to understand him better.
I also promise to make you my priority and give you all the time you want in the bedroom and anywhere else.
Okay, yes. Moving on. Mr. Chidi, you mentioned something about your friend having some
Oh,
bad friends that
don't worry
influence her.
about that, man. We're good now. You can end the session.
This session will end when I say it will end. I don't want you guys to come here next week Sunday after this little honeymoon phase.
If we force our way out of here now, what will happen? We are good. We don't want the divorce. There's nothing you can use to threaten us.
Mr. Okafor, so you're telling me when you get home now and you see your wife with those friends on the phone, you'll be all right?
So now you are using emotional blackmail?
Call it whatever you want to call it, but you're sure hiding something here.
Woman, you don't know me. Don't test me.
Just relax. Let's hear her out.
She has nothing to say. She just wants instigation between us. My God, what kind of a counselor are you? Are you even licensed? I mean, what goes on here? Does the court know the kind of person that you are?
You're doing it again.
Doing what?
Anytime you don't want to have a conversation, you just throw tantrums.
No, babe, she's just trying to get inside your head.
I don't care. I want you to stop seeing Chioma, Vanessa, and that homewrecker boy, Toby.
You met me hanging out with them before you came into my life, didn't you?
Well, now I'm in your life as your husband, okay? And whoever is not your family doesn't matter.
Do you see me telling you to stop seeing your friends? Why are you trying to control me?
My friends don't try to divide us. Come on. Okay, when we were dating, you told me you don't like Chichi. I put her aside. Then you also mentioned Daily that you don't like the way he greets you. I put him aside. Now it's your turn and you're raising your shoulder.
Okay, so it's turn by turn now, isn't it? Madam Layo, you see what you have caused. No, I hope that you are happy. You homewrecker.
Can you see how little disagreements can always spring up, despite you both love each other very much? What happened? Because so we were just shining teeth now. And we wanted to be running home. We cannot always predict these things. And that's why we need to prepare for it. The thing is that people are arguing aimlessly. When people have arguments like this, I want people to argue to actually settle. Mr. Okafor, why do you call your wife's friends bad influence? And woman, I don't want you to interrupt as he's speaking because your blood is already too hot.
You advise her to be rebellious and loose.
Loose? No, I know you're not talking
Madam,
about...
madam, please. Let him speak.
I know you don't know this, but I went through your group messages. I saw how they advised you to wear that naked cloth, just so that you can teach me a lesson.
And apparently you didn't learn it. Oh, so you're snooping around me now. I better put locks on my phone.
Do no such thing.
Madam Liar, do you see how this man tries to control me? What is this, the 1800s?
Tulani, we agreed to be transparent. So what are you saying?
You are taking transparency to be a lack of privacy and boundaries.
As if you don't snoop through my phone too. Just because I haven't caught you doesn't mean I don't know. Let me tell you, the last app I use before I go to bed is YouTube. When I wake up, it's usually WhatsApp. Huh?
So why do you think it was me? It could be your mother, who has no respect for privacy
You
or...
better keep my mother's name out of your mouth, you disrespect me.
No, say it. Finish it. You are nothing but a coward who cannot stand up for his wife in front of his mother.
Tolani.
Maybe you like to read Bible. Does your Bible not tell you that a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to one woman, and the two shall become one? But here you are, still sucking on mama's breast. And they warned me about last one too.
Madam, we're getting that divorce today.
Oh, please, and make it quick.
So if people are done talking, didn't we say we were going to argue to settle? Why are people shouting aimlessly here? What was the settlement?
If not for my mother, this marriage would have ended months ago. You should be grateful to her.
Do you realize she's 50% the problem we have in this marriage?
How?
Why is she always with us?
So?
Sometimes she doesn't even knock, she just barges into our room. No privacy and no respect for us. And why is she always intimidating me in my own home? Throwing shades at me for not being able to cook Igbo foods like ofe nsala or her soup. For goodness sake, my name is Omotolani Awe and I grew up in Ondo State.
And you couldn't learn how to do it?
Already, you know that I don't like cooking. And the few meals that I know how to cook, I already find them stressful. But I do them anyway because it is my responsibility. And before, we used to order Igbo foods and you were perfectly happy with it.
No.
All of a sudden, your mother shows up and you are suddenly uncomfortable with it. Do you not see that she is the bad influence here?
You better watch your tongue, Tolani.
Chidi, your mother doesn't like me. I know that you know this. Why do you allow her to treat me badly?
Oh, just because she's trying to help, does that make her evil?
Babe, we were living just fine, ordering food from Isioma's kitchen.
No, I wasn't. And if you were observant, you would have known I wasn't. My mother knows me very well, okay? She knows I don't like ordering food from outside.
Why do you always compare me to your mother? When am I ever going to be first place in your life?
How? Don't I give you money first?
It's not about the flipping money. It's the fact that you do not put me first or hold me in high esteem in her presence, and that's why she treats me badly. How about sometimes you say, oh, Mom, don't worry. My wife will do the cooking. Or you tell her to sit in the back seat of the car. Or better still, when she makes hurtful comments about me, you stop her.
I do.
Plus, the time that we are supposed to spend together when you come home from work, you go and spend it with her.
Oh, because I'm married now, I should push my mom away. Okay? If your son did that to you, would you be happy?
I would know better and treat my son in a way that allows him to observe boundaries in his relationship.
Okay, that's enough. This is clearly going nowhere. Even myself, I'm bored. We're going in circles. Haba, Mr. Okafor, what is the relationship you have with your mother?
Oh, it's nothing crazy. My mom is just like any other mom. She's great. She's good. She loves and takes care of me. She's a good mother.
But not a good mother-in-law.
Are you a good daughter-in-law?
If I wasn't a good daughter-in-law, then I would have given you an ultimatum that it is either me or her. And when she comes around, I will go to my friend's house or my family's house. But I don't do that because I don't want to be rude. I would complain that you have broken our rule, the agreement we had that in the first year of our marriage, no family member of ours would stay with us. But it seems you have lost memory of that.
Mr. Okafor, I understand your plight. Trust me. Mr. Chidi, are you aware of this friction between your mother and your wife?
It's Tolani that has the fiction.
Why do you say that?
Because my mother means well. Okay? She sees everything as an attack. Whereas it's just correction.
What does she correct her about?
I don't know all those things she's complaining about.
Oh, you're not even aware of what they're correcting your wife about.
Look, madam, my mom is delightful. She helps us in the kitchen. She gets us food stuff. I mean, what more can she do? What do you want from her?
Your wife said that she makes bad comments about her. And sometimes they won't dare to witness it.
It's not bad comments, just corrections.
Mr. Okafor, I totally understand where your wife is coming from. I'm not saying that your mom is wrong, but she's your wife, and sometimes you need to stand up for her. Try to put yourself in her shoes, please.
So, Tolani, is it that you don't like my mom?
If my mother frequents our house the way your mother does and points out bad things that you do every time, would you be happy?
So you're saying that's what my mom does?
Yes.
But I don't see it.
Let me chip in there. Mr. Okafor, it's not unusual that you can't see it. I mean, it's your mother. But the fact still remains, mothers can't show the same amount of love they show to other people that they show to their kids.
Exactly. I'm not saying abandon her. I'm just saying put some boundaries in place. For example, it's not every time she wants to come around that you should allow her. And when she says negative things about me, you shouldn't keep mute and have her continue to disrespect me.
Okay, I am sorry. But I need you to bond with her.
Okay, and I will try to learn some Igbo soups as well.
That's why I love you.
Okay, let's not get too excited. Let's go back to Tolani, friends. Please, that's very important. That was mentioned earlier in this session, and we must discuss about it.
You ruin everything, don't you?
Mr. Okafor, why did you call your loving wife, friends, bad influence? What did they do?
Like I said before, they are always encouraging my wife to rebel against me.
How do you mean?
They advise her to wear skimpy clothes, go to the club. Plus, they are not even married. So they're not the best persons to advise her on married people things.
Babe, they just said that to make you remember what you were missing because of, you're not making time for me, which we are way past now.
Babe, where did that advice get us? Where?
Okay, I admit that was stupid advice. But babe, my friends love you. And they always reassure me about you anytime I doubt you. And the one time that I tried to go on a date with someone.
You went out with someone? Did your friend set it up?
No, I'm saying that I almost made the mistake of going on a date with someone, but they reminded me that it's a stupid idea and that you'll not be fine with it.
Have you been intimate with another man, even if it's just kissing?
No, please, calm down. I promise it's not a big deal.
My wife being intimate with other men is a big deal.
If I said that I almost went out with him, I didn't say I went out with him. And it was just one man.
Who is this man?
You don't know him.
So who is he?
I met him at a club.
One thing I hate, and you know, is infidelity. Okay? If this divorce wasn't going to happen, I am so serious it's happening now.
Babe, I promise nothing happened.
If God did not use your friends to speak
Speak some sense into you.
that's how you would have gone out to
Someone else. And one thing would have led to another.
No, I'm saying that even if I did go on the date, nothing sexual would have happened, I promise.
Despite all we've been through, I have never entertained any other woman. You know this, because I know it will hurt you.
Babe, please, I'm sorry. It was just a mistake.
You by yourself, can't you advise yourself? Huh? Okay, I can understand if you were still dating and you're keeping your options open, but you're a married woman.
Babe, I just wanted attention because I was feeling lonely and unwanted. I just needed someone to talk to.
All the times we've quarreled, I have never gone outside. Okay? I always come back to you, hear you nag and nag again. It's clear you don't love me. Just let me go, please. Let's divorce.
Madam Lion, please say something. He's clearly upset. I cannot lose my marriage, please.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's go. Mr. Okafor, I hope you have calmed down a little bit.
Madam, please. I can't deal with this right now. Okay? I need to go back home and think.
Unfortunately, I can't allow that. I have to use the immediate resolution tactics here. This wound is very fresh. It was just revealed right here in this marriage counseling session. I don't want you to go home and marinate this issue in your mind. Worse, allow external affairs to interfere, like your family members. Okay, Mr. Okafor, I want you to tell me about the picture perfect life that you envisioned for you and your wife.
I can't believe she would go out with another man. I can't believe she would go out with another man.
Mr. Okafor, don't dodge the question. Just tell me, what did you envision? I want to know that perfect life that you wanted for you and your wife. Just let me know. Let me have a glimpse of it.
I envisioned us being happily married with lots of kids. Okay? You know, she had a miscarriage in the first 3 months of our marriage. Due to high blood pressure, I guess she was stressed with the household chores.
You don't think it was your lack of time, attention, even your mother that was stressing her that caused her high blood pressure? It must have been very, very hard for her. Probably that was even her very first pregnancy. And then in the first trimester, that very delicate stage in pregnancy, she was all alone, we're not having time for her, she was stressed. I can imagine. Mr. Okafor, do you know why your wife love her friends so much? Forget sex, forget money. They are doing things for her that you are not doing. They are there for her mentally and emotionally.
Come on.
I need you to understand that this your attitude towards your wife made her to. I'm not supporting her, but it made her to just act irrationally sometimes. You understand? See, marriage is till death do us part. Even if she cheated, I would just only advise that people should separate, but never to get a divorce. After all, you're a Christian man, so forgiveness should be practiced. Abi now. Can I call her inside?
Yes, you can.
Mrs. Okafor, you can come in now. Would you like to say anything to your husband?
Babe, I perfectly understand your perspective and pain. I too would be so miserable if you went on a date with another woman. I was so selfish and I wasn't thinking about how this would hurt you. But now I know better. I love you, and I hope that you love me too.
Why did you go on a date with another man?
I just wanted to go out and look good. I didn't even consider it to be a date. And I promise nothing sexual would ever have happened because there's no one else, no feelings anywhere.
Mr. Okafor, please hold your wife's hands. What do you have to say to your wife?
I don't know what to say.
Do you want to leave your wife?
No.
Mr. Okafor, do you want to leave your husband?
No.
I love you so much. I think I love you more now, actually.
I love you too. Always and forever.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay. How about you get something else?
What's going on? This is a marriage counseling room. You know, get a room and do this after, please. Now, your body's already entering each other. Anyways, do you know why the court you don't want to grant you both that divorce? It's because you guys don't actually want to divorce. It's just pride. And because of your ego, they have to put a middleman there to make people talk. Are people not happy now? I just want you to know that when once you leave this door, there are always going to be disagreements. And anytime those disagreements happen, please always put in mind that you're arguing to settle, not to be shouting, not to win. You're arguing to settle. And also, Mr. Okafor, you have to be listening to your wife because depth communication actually heightens, intimacy in marriage, heightens understanding. Do you understand? And please, lastly, body language is very important. Mr. Okafor, he does not need to be saying he has some health challenges. His body language should let you know that he's bothered. Thank God. We have finally come to the end of this marriage counseling session. To God be the glory. Well, fortunately for Madam Layo, we have never had any case of divorce here. And we will never. You know why? Because this place is called Do or If not, blood would have flown here.
Hey, please, let's be going home, babe. Blood, okay. Are you ready?